All right. This is a quick one. You may or may not have seen this, but it's a lot of crazy shit going down in LA right now with the city council. It has even made the news. Where is it at? Right.
Be right back.
Oops. Yeah, it is. It has even made the news, and let me show you what I mean. This here, this visual here you see in JB, and I know Nick, I know you can hear, but this visual that you're seeing here is of LA City Council member fighting somebody. Now, just to give you a little backstory, JB, if you haven't been keeping up on this story, so LA City Council had a couple of council members, I think 3, who were caught on video making very racist remarks about Black people in particular. There was a lot of protest that was going on. That also made the news. I did a stream on it. I mean, we did a segment on it. And then 2 of them resigned after all the protests. The main one, who was caught mainly on there saying a bunch of stuff, she resigned, and then the other one resigned. There's still this last one. This last one that's still here is the one that's in this video. And this is where it gets crazy. Now, let me read you the caption. It says, LA City Council member attacks a citizen 2 months after said member exposed in criminal racist conduct by refusing to resign. LA has become Gotham City. It is really crazy. And today was the first day of the new sitting council members elect. So, but let's watch this very quick video. It's 10 seconds, but he is the guy. I think he's the one with the Santa hat. I gotta hold on a second. Yeah, he's the one with the Santa hat. Yeah, he's throwing him down. Look. Yeah, I'll turn the volume off. So there's ever since the incident, the racist incident has come out, ever since then, there's been literally daily protests. LA City Council is in shambles. How about we use that? I like that word. Is in shambles. Because it is. And this is the third council member that has not resigned. And this is one of the protesters that protest him every day. And this is him attacking him, JB. Cannot believe it. But it has gotten so crazy that it's gotten to mainstream media and CNN. So I'm going to play you now, because first I want to get everybody caught up on the story, and then we'll kind of dive more into what's happening. But let's get everybody caught up. Now, where is... Oh, oops. Let me go to my bookmarks. So let me go to my bookmarks, and it has these videos that I... Just astonishing that this guy is... And he's still refusing to resign. Still refusing to resign. Just can't believe it. Now, this is just today. Had him on the show today, because this is literally happening today, where the first day of the city council. So he kind of had to get out here and try to fix this, because he wants to keep his job, and they can't proceed with city like duties because there's protests every single day. They have to shut down. So let's listen to what he said. His name is Kevin De Leon, and you'll notice the hashtag is KDL is how he's referred to on Twitter. He's supposedly a Democrat Los Angeles City Councilman. So let's watch this segment. It's 2 minutes long.
That will soon be lifted in the city of Los Angeles.
So just so everyone out there understands, and I know you know this, every leader involved in this scandal, either including the now former council president, they've all resigned or are leaving because of the mess that this has created. Why are you not resigning? I know you say you still have work to do, but other members, the points that the council members are making still today about this whole thing is that they say that the city cannot heal if you are still there. And one member saying that your continued presence on the council is causing severe and ongoing harm.
Well, let me say this, Kate, and let me be very clear about this. In a democracy, the voters make the decision, not folks who are in the peanut gallery or political pundits or even my own colleagues. You know, tens of millions of Americans go to work every single day with folks that they don't like, But you know what they do every morning? They get up and they go to work. And they don't have the luxury, perhaps, of some folks do when they want to walk out. I'm here to do the business of my constituents. And
understand, because I have to interject this, because you might be like, wow, yeah, he's right. He's defending his racist comments. They want him out because he's on tape saying terrible racist things about one of the fellow city council member who adopted these black little kids, calling them all kind of names and wanting to beat them up. They're on video saying this. So his, you know, in a democracy, he's referring to this in protection of his racist comments. It's absurd.
And that's what I've worked for tirelessly. That's what I'm going to continue to do. I can tell you this, and I want to underscore and emphasize the following. If you don't think I'm profoundly sorry, you know, for participating in that meeting, or for not standing up and shutting that meeting down and shutting down the vitriolic comments from then president of the council, who did eventually resign, that's something I'm forever will be sorry for. And that's why I'm having the constructive conversations and dialogue with folks outside the community.
I totally understand, but it wasn't it wasn't just that you didn't stand up. You also took part in the conversation. I mean, in it, you said you compared the young black child of a fellow councilman to being an accessory, like a luxury handbag.
Well, let me give this some context, because one thing I really wish that the media did was provide context and sort of.
Tell me what context make that comment okay. Let's try it. Let's try it, guys. What context can we come up with that makes any part of that a palatable comment? Like what? I'm just curious.
This is what happens when politicians don't fear the people, man. But go ahead, go ahead, JB. But this is the shit they do when they know Americans are pacified. It's so ridiculous. Go ahead,
JB. The balls on this motherfucker. The balls to sit here and make a racist remark, an anti-black remark in a city that has a shit ton of black people. And you want to say, well, I need to stay here because of democracy. You know what? Let's keep going. Let's just keep
absolutely
going.
So let's finish this short video here, and then I'll add. There's more context. I'm just taking you through it chronologically here. There's more to this, but
more nuance, just general comments. Now,
I mean, I can play it for them, and we don't need to. I mean, let's play. Then let everybody hear what you said. Here, let me play this.
What I want to say.
Let's play.
Lo trae así during Black History Month.
Anyway, it cuts off. The video cuts off there. I did not know, but anyway, let me play you or show you this other part here. Like I said, this is just the beginning of this. There's another part, and let me show you.
Look, they not only caught him, and they not only caught this dude in Technicolor, they caught this dude in 4K. Man, this shit. And you're like, oh, well, let me put into context. What context do you mean? Like, holy crap, are you serious right now? Like, hold up. Like, it's just like some dude who slaps his wife in the face and like, well, let me provide context. What context can you give us to justify this? Why are you trying to justify something? Look, the words are, I'm sorry I offended the black community. This wasn't my intention. I resign effective immediately, and then go into the private sector because you know you can get a buku amount of money to do it. But for some reason, you don't want to do that because why? Sounds like you want to stay in power for a particular reason.
Yes, and let me show you. That was a case study. So this is really just a preface.
Oh,
because
God.
Guess what Anna's take is on this?
Oh shit!
No
surprise!
Way. No
surprise!
Way.
No way!
Nah,
right,
no fucking way! Come on! Come on!
I'm good. No,
Surprise!
CJ, bruh, are you kidding me right now? You bring in Ariel? He's like, let me bring in Ariel. Let's see.
So the people over at People
No,
City
I'm standing up for this one. Nope, I'm standing up for this one. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so the people over at People's City Council, which is a group that does a lot of the on the ground protesting, and you've seen a lot of their work.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of video. There's video of her talking about this. And understand, Jank and her live in LA.
Yeah.
So a lot of the LA stuff, the homeless issue that we have, they don't have very left takes on it. And this is one of the takes. Let me see here. Now, this is not her specifically talking. Hang on a second. Where's that video? Oh, here it goes. I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't go all the way down. Here goes the video. So let me read you the caption. It says she's treating this like a fringe activist position. The LA Times editorial board, the California governor, the CEO of Community Coalition, many, that's a union, locals, the Biden White House, state and LA branches of the NAACP have all called for De Leon's resignation. That's the guy we're talking about. It's an extremely mainstream opinion. That's the caption of this video clip. Now, it's a short video clip, and it may be buried. It's not they haven't clipped this, in other words. I haven't even been able to find the actual footage, but let's see what they have here. It's about 30 seconds, and it says LA council member something with activists. I think this is about
brawling with activists.
Yeah, okay, so you can see it. So this is about the fight that I showed you. And so she's defending that.
Other thing I want to bring up is, it is fascinating to see how the activists pick and choose who they're going to target and attack. Now, Kevin De Leon was elected into the city council. During these city council meetings where people get to engage in public comment, Latinos living in his district have gone up and said, we don't want him to resign, right? So his term is up in 2024. So essentially bullying him or intimidating him to resign hasn't worked, and they're getting increasingly aggressive with their tactics. Other thing I want to bring up.
Oh my
getting aggressive with racists. Getting aggressive with racists. Okay. Now, so she's saying because some constituents come out and say it's okay that you're a racist to black people, you get to stay, and that's her constituents. That's a good reason. That's what you think. Like as if you can't get, because I saw this, I followed this story. There's several footage when it first started. Hispanic, Latin people, our Latin brothers and sisters in Compton, in this area in LA, who are also calling these people racist and telling them to get the fuck out. So don't cherry pick somebody who's saying the opposite. And this is what Ryan Graham tried to do. With the you just cherry pick somebody who has an opposite opinion, so you can say it. But why are you even doing this? Go ahead, Nick. You were gonna chime in.
Play the first like 8-9 seconds again. Watch how she starts. Play the first part again.
Other thing I want to bring up is, it is fascinating to see how the activists pick and choose who they're going to target and attack. Kevin De Leon.
Pause. It's almost like these people wake up every morning and they're like, how can we prove our being correct? What would make our being analysis of the professional managerial class much more poignant? Let's prove these motherfuckers right every day. This is a member of the professional managerial class. Look at her priority. To wag her finger at activists. Activists. Look at these fucking activists. You can even see the tone in her voice. She don't even consider herself to be part of you guys. I wouldn't even speak language like this. You see how she uses the term? Look at these activists. She do not consider herself to be one of you guys. She is an elite professional managerial class gatekeeper.
Yes.
And these people have the nerve to say Jamie Dore is a right winger. These people are the biggest right wingers in independent media that pretend they're progressive, and not even close. They're not even, Go ahead, JB. I know you want to go off.
Go ahead,
Mm-mm.
JB.
All right.
This is
Okay.
like unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay. So you essentially have a white woman that is saying, never mind what he said, anti-black bullshit that he said. Never mind the fact that everybody basically within Democratic circles are saying that, yeah, he should resign. You're taking up for him. Miss Kasparian, you're taking up for him. Now, look, if someone who was elected that said something disparaging about Armenians, which you are, and that agreed with the Armenian genocide.
The Young Turks.
Yeah. See what I'm going here? If somebody did that and was discriminatory towards Armenians in their rhetoric, would you still be sitting there saying the same thing? Or let's make it a little bit more, closer to home. If they were saying some misogynistic shit against women, then would you be saying the same thing? You see, here's the thing. Empathy is a very wonderful tool to use when it comes to seeing people's perspective, right? That being said, have you talked to actual black people about what the fuck that they think that this person said? Are you still going to take up for this person? Are you still going to say, you know what? He's you guys are bullying him. Are you still going to say that? See, that's the thing that you really need to get through your head, Miss Kasparian, is that now you're centering your feelings and wanting to keep this person over us. Because this person, if they're so willing to say things like this, then how do they really feel about us? What type of policies are they really trying to pass within the city of Los Angeles against us? Yeah, I think that you really need to think about this and reconsider this further, because you're literally supporting someone who engages in anti-blackness. And how do you feel about Nina Turner? Huh? How do you feel about the other members of the TYT that are black? How do you feel about them? That's a good question. How do you feel about Dr. Cornel West?
Oh, those are the good Negroes.
Oh,
Those are the good Negroes.
yeah.
We're the highly educated.
Yeah.
Highly
Those are
educated.
good Negroes.
The best
Yeah.
among us.
We're the uppity Negroes, right?
Yes. All right, we can wrap this up, but there is one more video, not a video, but a little article I'm going to show you. But you say you have another story?
Yeah, I literally just found this, and I literally had to talk about this. This is literally.
Let me just show you one other thing on on this same stories. Is not. I don't think it's long. Let me see where it's at. It is this one here. Just to give you context, I don't think I'm sharing yet, or am I? Yeah, just to give you a little context of, is this the right one? Same lady talking about Kevin DeLane. I saved a bunch of these, and believe it or not, this is something side. That's Kamala Harris with Montel Williams on the red carpet. I'd never seen that video before.
Oh yeah, I saw
Long before she met Doug Emhoff, she dated some prominent men, including in 2001, former talk show host.
I'd never seen this video
Back
before.
Then, he was the famous one and had to introduce her to the paparazzi.
What?
Now,
So much I want to add. So much I want to say. So much I want to say about that. But this is the other part I wanted to show you right here. Okay, I finally found it. So it's completely out of touch. I've noticed LA Times running cover for activists. So I guess she really has a problem with activists. And like I said, People's City Council are activists, so that's why they're pointing this out. She really has a thing in for activists. Now, who does being against activists serve is my question, because that's the question we always ask here. Who does it serve? If you're against activists, who does that serve? The ruling class. This is 9 seconds. Let's listen.
Everything
to
TYT, I'll be real short, but
go ahead.
When you ask that question about everything TYT does, you always reach the same conclusion. Who does it benefit to be against force to vote? Who does it benefit for you guys to repeat propaganda? Like everything TYT does, it always benefit the Democratic Party and the ruling class. And that's clear to me. But go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, this is like 8 seconds. Let's listen. She just bad-mouthing activists again.
According to the Los Angeles Times, which in my opinion never loses an opportunity to provide cover for the activists. That's what I've noticed in their reporting.
Wow. Let me hear that again.
According to the Los Angeles Times, which in my opinion never loses an opportunity to provide cover for the activists. That's what I've noticed.
You know how right-wing you got to be to think that a corporate-owned newspaper runs cover for activists? You know how conservative, Nick, you have to be to think the Los Angeles Times runs cover for activists. I don't know how are we all calling each other left?
Like
how is that?
So
go ahead. Go ahead. It's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. JB,
we can close this. Yeah, we can close this after. If you have any comments, go ahead, closing comments. But after that, we can close this. It's absurd what's happening in LA with Kevin, and it's absurd TYT's reaction to this.
TYT is my last comment is TYT is 100% an op, because Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian are the biggest gatekeepers in independent media. Like, if you guys follow the work, I see their tweets all the time, and Cenk, like almost every tweet, Cenk is like, Jimmy's a right winger, Glenn's a right winger. You're not a left winger unless you believe this Democratic Party talking point. Oh my God, this like he's pointing a finger at literally everyone and saying they're secret right wingers. And while he's the champion of progressives. And now the reason why this is particularly nefarious, because you see them run propaganda, you see Anna Kasparian apologize for racist politicians. So what are they really doing? They're here to play gatekeeper for what it means on the left while pushing the progressive movement to the right as far as they possibly can. They want Anna propaganda to be the left position, CJ. That's why they say TYT's on the left. Hell, they won't say it out loud, but when they smear RBN, when they smear Jimmy as right wingers, hell, they probably think because we push back against the police state. So they trying to redefine what it means to be on the left. Defending politicians against activists, Anna Kasparian want to project as being left wing. So that's why what they're doing nefarious, and it's unfortunate it works on so many people. I know TYT crowd had drunk drastically, but still more than ours. Right,
voting for NATO is now left. Voting for NATO, hating homeless people is now the left position according to TYT. But we can move on. Dude, unless JB, you had any comments.
JB, do you have a story you want to talk about? Because I gotta leave.
Yeah, the stories that I want to talk about, I have going on next week. So,
okay.
But
go ahead.
No, I was just saying one of the things that people need to realize is that this type of rhetoric is indicative of what a lot of the inner workings of the national security state does in order to undermine the left so that we do not gain more steam. This is defanging and declawing the left, and this is really venturing towards the anti-capitalist, anti-socialist type of rhetoric. These are the same people that will say we need to have a country that's a social democracy like Germany, like the Scandinavian countries. Meanwhile, countries like Germany literally have over 16% poverty rate compared to our 11% poverty rate here in the United States. They are literally going broke because of their capitalist structure. So if that's the case, where in this paradise of social democracy, where is it now? It's tumbling down the drain right now as we speak. So that being said, you have people like them that are stenographers for the State Department that want to keep us within this certain bounds of capitalism so that we don't venture outside of the social order that we have. I'm sorry, but we do not subscribe to the Katzenberg views that you subscribe to. We actually want the proletariat to be the dictators of how things are within our world, because we are literally the poor and the working people. You, Miss PMC, do not have any license whatsoever to tell us what we should and shouldn't believe from your $20 million ivory tower that you're on. So please kindly take several seats, because people like me are suffering because of what you think that we should aspire to. You are one of the ones who are clapping for the police state. You are one of the ones that are clapping for the CIA and the FBI that you work hard and do all the things that they need to do, while we are literally suffering under it. Ma'am, please sit down and please start listening to those who are most disenfranchised among us, namely Black people, women, trans, queer, and disabled people, because you clearly do not fit into that sphere.
Well said,
Always.
JB.
Oh my God. Powerful brother JB.